How do you sleep through this, Chewbacca? There's fucking kaijus coming. All right, anyway. Welcome to a review of not the 580s. These will have a separate thing, although that was a pretty good intro for them. I want to do the thing I've been using a little bit longer, which lives in the little closet. Hello, baby. Oh, you're so cute. You're such a cute. This is a Triangle Thesis 320 subwoofer, and this is a terrible place to review it because we're in the closet. There's a vacuum and glass animals poster and bullshit. So give me a second. I hate these chairs, but came with the house. So let's do this. Let's close that. So you have the French-made bathing wallpaper, and you're gonna have to think very, very hard and long about this subwoofer and how it looks. It's very small. I think it's a 10-inch. And Zeos, don't forget when you're doing the editing to this video, you got to put a gemstone in the title because this is over $1,000. And I've been listening to it for a while and I didn't know the price. And then I asked Fry, hey, what's the retail on this? Because I was trying to pick a triangle sub because I haven't done a triangle sub. And I was like, how about the Thesis 320? And I'm like, okay, sure. And then it's like, $1,300. I'm not going to bullshit you. You can get a hell of a lot more sub than this for $1,300 from any number of retailers. SVS, Rhythmic, Klipsch will say big. So knowing that, that's a known fact that I can't argue like, oh, it's comparable. It's only like Surefire, Sunfire is the only like small micro sub company where I could absolutely see their little tiny baby subs competing with big subs. So if you're looking for like a house rocking, murder balls, disturb the cat and your neighbors, nice yawn, and your neighbor's cat, this is not that. This is a very competent subwoofer with a few very interesting little things. The first thing of which is it's probably the prettiest fucking subwoofer. That's it. Here, just wipe. I want to keep wiping it. In fact, when I did the unboxing of this, I'm pretty sure I had to change my pants. Because it is, first of all, it looks like a piece of modern art. You could put this on this furniture and just leave it in a corner of a room and no one will think less of you. We've got Triangle written here in glass. You see that? Let's see if I can get this. Do you see that going up and down? Because a remote control exists. Not the most complicated remote control on the planet Earth. It's literally got on, off, and volume. Off puts a little red dot there. On shows your volume level, and you can control it and adjust it. Now, that right off the bat, just this alone is probably worth $100 to somebody. Maybe more. You know, you're in an apartment or it's time of day, you got neighbors, you got kids. I don't want my sub off. I do want my sub on. You know what I really want? I want this to destroy my fucking house. Up, 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 up. I don't know why more subwoofers. In like even the SVS stuff, there are, you know, full-on apps for those. But, just give me this. Give me a little infrared remote and a receiver and a little display. This should be a thing on every subwoofer. Even the cheap $200 subwoofers. Like, honestly, like this probably cost like $1. This costs $1 in bulk. So right off the bat, a remote control to just turn it on and off and raise and lower the volume. Let's assume that's $100. Now let's look at the actual finish, because that is a triangle white finish. I mean, ooh. We've got stainless steel around this, or brushed, maybe it might be brushed aluminum, in a ring around it, which is just like, that's a design. It's called design features, boys and girls. Why can't any other subwoofer company do this? I mean, I know, look, Triangle has got high-end stuff, and these are designed to fit in their high-end budget stuff, but I am Zeo, so I have to tell you, does it perform $1,300? No. Not if you're interested in just fucking destroy, then it doesn't do that. But what this does do is fill in the low end, even for like 580s, which are not like slouches when it comes to low end. I think we'll get to that in their review. It fills in just enough. And you go, ah, and I can aim my remote and go, ah. One thing I don't like, let me just double check to make sure that is the case. Yeah, I don't like that the remote control only works on the front. Because when I had it in the closet there, you saw it was, you know, back out because it was just more convenient to plug things in and out. And then the wire didn't have to reach around. And I hate the reach around. I hate it. I hate reaching around. So I would like if this could have a little receiver on the back or maybe each side, but then you'd have to probably put like a thing on top would make the most sense so you could see it from all around, and then it wouldn't look as beautiful. It's fucking beautiful, all right? If beautiful was part of your subwoofer criterion, then, I don't know, throw that however much you want. There's another thing we have to talk about. We have to walk to the back, and then I'll actually look at the driver itself. And I said walk, but I'm on my knees. Chewbacca, you're not in enough videos, people say, so this is why she's not in the basement, because she's just, look at her. She's fucking chilling. You chilling like Magillan? We've got, well, just LFE input dedicated. We've got, which should ignore the crossover setting. Line in, which is what I'm using because I've got the VMVD1 DAC, which is feeding signal out of these and signal out of into the Emotiva Mini monoblocks, which I don't think they sell anymore, into the 580s or 570s, or I got a new set of staying or going? Which one is it? She's Audi 5000. So I'm feeding the line in, which means I get to use the crossover. Now, the volume knob here is a digital volume knob, so it just spins infinitely because you have remote control, so they can't make that solid. The crossover, however, is settable here. That would be another, if you want to keep going, if you want to make this like, okay, it's $1,300, but it's worth it, this would, I'd love to have if it was a digital crossover too, because then you could really set it. Change the phase with a button like Zeos dreams. Zeos can dream. But put that down. We have our volume here. By the way, the back panel of this is just the same brushed aluminum. It's so pretty. Our phase 0 to 180, on or off slash auto. I guess that's auto. No. This is power here. Big old power switch. Then you're setting auto to on or off. If you don't know what phase does, I'll give a quick explanation. When it goes whoomp, you could also make it go whoomp. And that's dependent on you trying to do phase alignment between where the speakers make low end and where this makes low end, so that if they're near the same frequencies, they come out at the same time. So this one might have to go before that one, and then it balances out. Just try it in both directions. I do prefer a phase knob for a little more fine tuning. It's fine. One of the rare subwoofers that has high-level input and output binding posts. I believe the Emotivas do this. Yes, 12? Does the S12 have in and out or just in? I think it's just in. See, this is the better way to do it. This is the way to do it. Because you feed high-level input, which means your amplifier, whatever amplifier. This is one of those subs you can just hook up to anything. So you feed your amplifier into this and have the output go to your speakers. And I don't believe the crossover will affect this. Not many, like almost zero subwoofers will actually take the time to high-pass filter the outputs. But you can just properly connect with full-on banana plugs in and out, and then your subwoofer is in line with your whole shit. It's working great. And then you have power, and then you have a switch. And it's currently set to 230 volts. I should probably switch that. How is it still working? If it's set to 230. That's a thing that I didn't realize. That there is a switch here that's covered by this little plate that's up to 230 volt. So I'll go. Maybe it will be 1 second, please. Could I not tell if that was recording? That was recording. I couldn't tell. Music messes that up. Anyway, so apparently, yeah, it works in either 230 or 115, even though I'm only on 115 because this is America. Go figure. That literally is like my mind is blown. It shouldn't even have like worked, but now I put it on. And Dragon Age. Oh yeah. So, I need a pillow because I am not laying this on its side. This is a gentle lady. Actually, I'll leave it plugged in so we can actually watch it do its thing. There is a 10-inch sealed subwoofer. So that's part of, like, you have to have your expectations curved a little bit, because sealed is automatically a tighter bass response, because a port will allow you to tune for like really low end response. Oh God. Okay, she's fine. A sealed subwoofer, if you're like, hey Zeos, I need a subwoofer for music, I have $1,000 to spend, and I've got X speakers. If your speakers go really low, if you have giant towers, you probably need a ported sub just to get even lower, to get it the lowest possible to fill in. But if you have moderate towers or bookshelves, and you just want the tightest, fastest bass you can get, you get a sealed sub, because the air volume doesn't change. That speaker goes out and the air volume goes, I'm a vacuum now, please come back in. And it helps pull the speaker back in. And when it compresses in, it's like, oh, this is too much air, please go back to zero. So it's acting like a spring buffer, because it's literally trying to press. That's why those Sunfire subs are insane, because they pressurize this little tiny cube, and they need like 3,000 watts to squeeze it faster and harder and faster and harder. You know what? I don't even know the values of the sub, like the actual wattage. Let me see what it says in the back for draw. 250 watts. So I'm assuming it's got like a 225 watt driver. This is a pretty sub. You buy it because it's pretty. You don't buy this to rock your house. You buy it to fill in gently and beautifully with your music. You know what? I wonder if Triangle put an on-off button on this just because they feel insulted to have to even sell this. Because obviously their speakers are perfect regardless. You can just see it just. I love this texture here too. Gently. This is not how you're supposed to run a subwoofer, by the way. Beastie Boys, by the way. Root down in case everyone wants to get their Beastie Boys on. How do I do this without getting... So let me see. This is maxed out. I'm going to pull the grounds out of the... Don't fall. I had bad luck with things falling off of precariously balanced other things. So that should allow me to talk about this with some music playing. What if the YouTube algorithm is going to detect that? The Hands of Small Children by Marilyn Manson. Not enough low end. Like, it does its job. I'm trying to do this in the nicest way possible, because Triangle and I have a pretty good relationship. I really shit on that one set of Boreas, but their towers that were in this room are fucking gorgeous. And I'd love to move up the ranks there. But this performs about as well as a 10-inch sealed sub can. Especially not a super powerful or highly advanced. I would not call this a highly advanced subwoofer. This is a fantastic feature. But it doesn't like come with a microphone that does DSP correction for the room that will then correct. So this 10-inch sealed sub can do exactly what a 15-inch, rhythmic sub can do at the same price. This is a beauty piece. This is a subwoofer you are thinking about buying if you have exorbitant amounts of money to spend. And really, the performance of the sub just has to be good. Just good. Just good. Does it have to be fantastic? Are you a murderous basshead? This is not your subwoofer. This is the prettiest subwoofer that has ever probably graced my Bongaloid from Basement Jacks. Yeah. If I have to say a little critique about this, it's a little bit too fast. Like finite adjustments are doable if you just 2, 1, 2. Every 2 presses gets you 1 more notch. But if you hold it, it flies. All the way down, all the way up. Which this is all the way up. And it's, I think one of the design criteria they had here for this was don't distort. So you literally can't, you can push it to maximum and she doesn't distort. What? You could have the seat now. So I'm gonna put this back. I'm gonna put it on the floor so you guys can see it in its natural habitat. She's trying real hard, holy God. All right, things are still vibrating in the house. Can I have control with this? How does that not work? This used to be programmed to do things. Hulu? Where's exit? Exit. All right, I'm going back to this. There's so many controls. Don't you dare tell me to get a Logitech. I hate the Logitech controls. Although they've gotten better. When Logitech used to make the remote controls, they were just shiny plastic. All buttons were shiny plastic. I was like, nope, never recommending Logitech ever. So you have the crossover all the way up so you can sort of hear it a little bit. But this video is over for sound. It works comparably as a 10-inch sealed subwoofer. It'll just fill in just enough lows to be, okay, you're a subwoofer, you're good. This is not a super huge room. Yes, I'm aware that the windows, this is the worst listening room ever because the weird ceiling in the windows. That's fine because people buy things that I recommend and then put them in the worst listening rooms ever in their homes. Then I bring it down to I might do a whole video. The basement's where the actual listening. Now the problem with the subwoofer here is my basement is a giant open dampened space. This will not work. I need my 15-inch Rhythmic cranked with both ports unplugged for maximum output to get my basement to sound good with a subwoofer. You have no hope, baby. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Thesis. I'm sorry. You have no hope in my basement. But that's why you're buying it. Let me take the headphone, the thing off my head. You're buying this subwoofer because it's classy as fuck. All right? That wallpaper, classy as fuck. That subwoofer, classy as fuck. It will not replace an SVS. It'll not replace a Rhythmic. It'll not replace a Paradigm, a big old Paradigm. It won't. But my fucking God, does it just fit in? Bye. It just fits into a room. And I've got it like sticking out in the middle of the floor. If you tuck this into a corner, you'd never notice it. This has a waft factor of like 185. Minimum. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful piece of art. It's all, if you took half of its cost and said, okay, I want a piece of art that's like a cube representing how, you know, modern society keeps us all locked in a box, but yet it's beautiful and sleek like an Apple product, like that's modern art. It's modern art. And it's got like one nice feature, which is this remote. So I can just be playing. Why don't I have a remote control that works in here? Gotta use this thing. I don't want to sub. I do want to sub. Less sub, more sub. That's cool. So basically, I wish if I had to. What is the Zeos pricing? You know, there's MAF, which is manufacturer assumed pricing or ASR pricing. There's got to be a ZAF, a ZAF, the Zeos approved ZAP, Zeos approved pricing. If this subwoofer was $600, I would give it an absolute solid recommendation for anyone who needs to keep like a pretty subwoofer and it just needs a little bit of low end. At $1,300, it's a little bit out of my I could bullshit you guys all day about how much something is worth versus it. But that's like way too much for like price to performance, and that's what gets me. But I know for a fucking fact, and so does Triangle, that just showing it in an environment, just looking at this perfect Borg white snow cube. Someone's watching this video and buying that right now. They're like, Zio said it sounds good enough. It does. It sounds good enough. You can get way more sub for your money, but it won't be as pretty. So there you go, Triangle. I was trying to get the 12-inch version. I think the 12-inch version, God knows how much that thing would have cost, but that would have been like, that might have actually been able to like rock the room. And I don't know if they make, are any of them ported? I only briefly looked over like the 4 or 5 subs they had. And I picked one. They were like, we can't give you that one. How about this one? Or loan you that one. Ta-da. So thank you for Triangle for sending this out. I just wish it would, I don't know. It's just, it's pretty and it's got a feature, but it's not like what I want out of subwoofers or I expect. This does something completely different. This is just looks. Looks, it is a function as a subwoofer? Yes. Is it better than like every other sealed subwoofer I've ever heard? No. But it looks better than every other sealed subwoofer. So that's it. Thank you. French-made bathing wallpaper in the description. Check out my Patreon and Subscribestar, which helped me pay the mortgage for this fucking room. I know some people are like, well, I got my own mortgage to pay for Zios. That's fine. It's completely optional to support this channel. You don't have, just go away. Not go away, but like, it's fine. I'm making the content for you guys. If you choose to support for $5, however, you do get to see these reviews early. You get to participate in the yard sales. Would I yard sell that? It's small enough to ship anywhere, except for I would hate to ship it to the UK. Why is everything shipping to the UK $300? Everything. I'm sending AirPod Max to the UK. It's $309. Actually, no, it's $250 something. I switched it to expedited instead of express. It's like $250 to ship a set of headphones to the UK because of COVID. Fuck. But yeah, see these reviews early, participate in the yard sales. That's for $5 a month. For $10 a month, you get into the behind-the-scenes private Telegram chat where you can ask me any questions you'd like in group, in Telegram, and everyone there will help you out along with me. Don't forget to check out Hi-Fi Guides in the Hi-Fi Guides forum. There'll be a big update to that place soon, and we're going to launch a whole bunch of other side things having to do with that. Thank you to Triangle again, and yeah, I'm trying, by the way, a little spoiler. I've requested from Rhythmic one of their bigger subs, and that also comes in white. And I'm like, you send me the white one. You send me the white one. So we'll see. We might have another giant, beautiful white WAF approved sub in the future. Only that one will destroy the world. So, see you then.